all, Celthyn here. Uh, just making yeah, been a long week, I suppose would be the word. Yeah. Yeah. So, I haven't had the time and energy to script something new, and we're planning to do this anyway, bit by bit. I would have hoped to do more this week, but, what we managed today is going back and recording an unscrambled version of older video that was scrambled, so there's an unscrambled option available if you want it. Plan is to ensure there's a scrambled and unscrambled version of every TBMC video near enough. A couple will remain only unscrambled, and then we'll split them into separate playlists. Alright. Just for just so that people can easily find the format they prefer, or hop back and forth, of course, as well. As desired based on specific scramblers and stuff. Um, yeah. So this week we're re-recording video on loyalty programs. So let's do that bit. Loyalty programs are programs for the loyalty of a body to its abuse. This can also include loyalty to certain ideologies or towards external individuals in positions of power, or who act as spokespeople for ideology, are often a mixture of fear, bullying, and guilt tripping. The why comes down to, a lot of victims being significantly less likely to attempt to push back or leave the controlling environment. Additionally, victims are more likely to conceal the truth of a situation, those who may be able to change it. So, yeah, loyalty is created in a few ways. One is by building an that the programmers are always doing, and that any disloyalty shown will be punished. This often interlinks with reporting programs. Another way is by using propaganda and social manipulation to disguise everything they're doing as justified by the cause. Or so it can be supplemented by taking religious texts and creatively interpreting and cherry picking them to suggest that the cause is what deities would want. Although this can be done without reference to external religious beliefs, in an environment like that, it is possible to write down anything you want and claim it's a deity work, channeled through you, or some ancestor, some preliminary to the group. Additionally, there can be gains in loyalty through providing benefits for loyalty, especially when it goes, any loyalty that goes above and beyond what would be what the already high standards that are often expected. So deprogramming loyalty programs. So essentially, it's breaking the illusion of loyalty program. So the idea that you'll be found and punished can be shown to be false once you're in a safe place. You can then be disloyal essentially, and then that will display that to those who believe that will be punished, that it won't be, right? Of course, you need to ensure they'll be safe internally as well as externally before doing this. It's not uncommon for there to be internal enforcers for at least some of those with that type of loyalty programming. So in terms of propaganda and manipulation, one thing that can help is exposure to well laid out and constantly argued ways to disprove. It's also useful to important even to interact and communicate healthily with those who are indoctrinated into distrusting. You know, and you know that helps you see them as people, right? Again, which is what the idea was to break you off, right? So, and it can help to look at the crimes committed, quote unquote, for the cause directly, and what else has been justified in the same way. And also just, you know, considering if the action taken were, an efficient way of achieving the goal. It's useful to look at whether the goal is good and moral, but even if it is, right, is it an efficient and reasonable way of achieving that goal? And the answer often is no, right? It's the unfortunate truth of the matter. Often at least one of immoral and bad, or not being done, or not actually being pushed towards in an efficient and reasonable manner. And so, and then where rewards, have been provided, contrast that to the costly price paid for each of them, right? Right. What did you have to do to get that reward? And how often were those rewards nothing more than reasonable care one would expect to be provided whilst under, whilst in someone else's care, you know, and how often were they just further expectations of loyalty and performance, right? You know, how many of the awards were just a new title, a new rank, something new to hold yourself to? More expectations. Sure, they might have come with theoretical privileges as well, but mostly it was just more expectations. Right? So that's everything on this topic for now. Obviously, leave questions and stuff in comments, and if you don't like the idea of separate playlists, or would prefer to think there's a better way of doing that, feel free to let us know any way you have communication with us, whether that be YouTube comments or those who share a Discord, do that, or yeah, so on and so forth. Good ways to contact us, and feel free to do so on that or on any feedback or on anything.
This system signing out. Hope to catch you all next week. Please do remember to like, subscribe, comment, especially if you've got any questions you want answered. Be happy to answer them either in the comments or in another video. So catch you all next week.